And welcome to another edition of In the Know right here in WJTV Plus. I'm Byron Brown. Spring break is right around the corner, and if you're traveling this spring break holiday season, we are talking to Katie Coates with Visit Mississippi to talk about some great places and things to do if you're on a budget and are looking about affordability. And Katie, welcome to In the Know.
Thank you.
Talk to us about some ways that people can save some money if they don't want to go out of state for this spring break, and some people are going to be maybe have 2 weeks this because of the school schedules to take some time off, but they're on the budget this year. And so, what can they do if they want to stay right here at home in Mississippi?
Absolutely. There's plenty to fill that time and on a budget. And so I would be remiss if I didn't mention our great attractions and museums that we have right here in Jackson in the metro area. The Eudora Welty House and Garden in Jackson is actually free on Wednesdays. The two Mississippi museums in downtown, which is the Mississippi History and Civil Rights, are free on Sundays. There's a great cafe by Nick Wallace there as well, so you can grab some affordable lunch. And the Museum of Art in downtown is free any day with an art garden park that's great to kind of get outdoors if the weather warms up and is nice.
Are there functions that are going on during that time that people can go to and take advantage of?
Yes, so I would always recommend people go look to those websites or your local tourism office. So a lot of people don't know this in your own backyard. This is what we do. So there's Visit Mississippi, Visit Jackson, Explore Ridgeland, and we are constantly collecting all of the great events that are going on, specials, spring break, things that are geared towards kids and families. And so definitely go check out those websites. You can get some more information.
During the break, are there good day trips that people can take if they say, "Hey, I want to go somewhere, but I don't want to stay overnight"? They can just go somewhere and come right back home.
Yes, I always like to encourage people to take advantage of the Natchez Trace Parkway. This is a top 10 most visited national park in our country. And so you can, do that as far or as little as you'd like. You can go up to the Cypress Swamp just for the day and come back. There's so many great places to stop and take your time and visit. And then you could take it all the way up, to Tupelo and see the birthplace of Elvis, or all the way down to Natchez. There's so much to do down there. So definitely doing that. And then kind of in our central Mississippi area going down towards Hattiesburg is great for families. They've got the Hattiesburg Zoo. There's a public art trail that's free, a pocket museum downtown, which is really fun. And then, if you want to stay overnight, stay at the Hotel Indigo, which is a great location. It's pet friendly, so you can bring the whole family, even the furry friends. And then there's even more, in Meridian and Vicksburg as well.
And talk about staying overnight. What are some of the best times to go if you want to save money overnight? Is it staying Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or is it staying maybe like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? What's the best? Where do you get the best deal?
Well, what's great about Mississippi is we are an affordable destination. That's something we tout and kind of share with our competitors all the time in our surrounding states. And we have seen Mississippi, our tourism numbers grow because of that. So there's really no bad time. It's affordable all week long. But, with spring break going on, I would definitely say try to take advantage of those weeknight rates over the weekends.
So, is there a lot to do with like the North Mississippi up into DeSoto County? Or is there things to do maybe going to the Delta, or do you go down to the coast?
Yes, any of the above. You can follow our cultural trails. That's another free thing to do. Our Mississippi Blues Trail all throughout the Delta, Mississippi Country Music Trail. Meridian is great. There's a great museum, a children's museum there, just like we have in Jackson. And they're actually going to have a special appearance by Jamal Roberts, who's a Grammy nominee and the American Idol winner at the Max, which is the Mississippi Arts and Entertainment Experience in Meridian over spring break. And this is a special event just over spring break for Meridian kids to go and kind of experience his choral residency and a public performance. And that's going to be March 9th through the 12th. In Vicksburg, there's a free attractions pass, so people can go and grab that from the visitor center. And if you get 5 stamps, you get a free T-shirt. And then, of course, down on the coast, there's just endless opportunities.
Are these things that people have to plan ahead, or can you like make some like last minute decisions? Oh, it's Monday. What can we do on Tuesday?
You can definitely, like I mentioned earlier, go online and see those events the day before. So, if you want to see, oh, the Grammy Museum Mississippi celebrating their 10th anniversary this year, there's something going on March 7th. If you decide March 6th, let's drive up tomorrow. They would love to have you. But of course, it's always good to plan ahead, especially, with our weather this time of year, it can be a little different. So as you're packing, definitely you can always jump in the car and go, do any of these things. But it's good to try to plan a little bit ahead if you can.
I know a lot of our state parks went through some major renovations over the years. What's the attraction of the state parks?
Oh my goodness. They also have a great new website feature where you can go and see all that. I know I keep driving to the websites. It's just the most up to date information. But yes, there are so many great state park attractions. And something else we've recently launched at the end of last year was the Great Mississippi Nature Trail. This is a new initiative by several state partners, including Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks, who manages our state parks. And there are 20 inaugural sites on the trail. It's got its own website. It's MississippiNatureTrail.com, and you can go check that out and see all the great state parks and different properties that are a part of this, and kind of be among the first to follow that trail and get out and enjoy our own backyard.
When it comes to spring break, do many Mississippians tend to stay home and do the visiting, or do they like? I know a lot of folks like to go to Florida. I know that's a big part, but do they? A lot of them are starting to stay home and visit, or what are they doing during spring break?
We have a lot of data at Visit Mississippi about people who are coming into the state, and not as much about people who are going out and their habits. But we've seen nationally the trend is for people to stay closer to home. So instead of doing longer haul flights, we're seeing people come to maybe smaller destinations like Mississippi instead of those big hubs in the Southeast. And so we've seen success for Mississippi, and we hope Mississippians will follow suit and, keep their money in Mississippi and enjoy these great attractions that we have and support our local, people who are tour guides and putting on these exhibits for our kids. And, we have people from all over the country and the region who are coming to Mississippi. So definitely stay here and check it out, and don't miss out.
And why are we seeing many people from all over the country, and particularly all the world, coming to Mississippi? What has changed over the years that is bringing people here?
Well, hopefully that's due in part to our office here at Visit Mississippi. We've been working hard for years to promote all of our wonderful assets, our cultural trails, like I mentioned earlier, wonderful hotels and restaurants. This year we announced the first Michelin Guide, American South. I know personally on my spring break list, I'm going to try to get out to Sacred Ground and Pocahontas and try one of those Michelin recognized restaurants. But we have just seen so much growth in our tourism product, and at the heart of all of that is our people. And so to be able to share that, regionally, nationally, internationally, and to see people just kind of catch wind of it, and share, share with their friends, go back home and say, "Oh my gosh, I just went to Mississippi and I had the best time." You've got to go. So all of that work has really paid off.
When people are coming here, how long are they usually staying in the state or staying in visit? Are they passing through, going to somewhere else, or are they actually staying here for several days?
It depends on where they're coming from and why. So, business travelers might stay a little longer. International long haul definitely stays longer. People who are doing a regional road trip, like something like the Natchez Trace, might stay one night in each city and go from, Tennessee to Mississippi to Louisiana. But we are seeing an average of about 2 to 3 nights, and we always want to get them to just stay a little bit longer.
What is tourism bringing to Mississippi financially?
Well, we issue a big economic impact report each year, and the most recent data that we have annually is for 2024. We saw over 40 million visitors come to Mississippi, and the money that they spent here is just astronomical, and how it impacts our hospitality workers and our local businesses, mom and pop restaurants, our attractions, and it just creates a um, want, for people to come and visit here and move here and create businesses here, and also to kind of help our communities. And, if there's a demand for things that, we can continue to have better shops and restaurants and things like that. And so, yeah, we've seen it grow exponentially over the past few years.
What are some hidden gems that maybe we just don't know about that people are like, "Oh, I didn't know that in Mississippi"?
I definitely wanted to mention that new nature trail because I think that's going to be really popular. We just launched it in December, so people are just catching wind of that. And then those Michelin restaurants as well. But something that people don't might not realize in state is our Mississippi Welcome Centers are a great resource. So we've also seen those go through a renovation over the past year. There's great new furniture and amenities, parking, Wi-Fi, brochures. The staff is so wonderful and friendly. And so if you're passing by anywhere, or you live anywhere on the outskirts of Mississippi near a state welcome center, stop in, see what's going on, and then utilize your local visitor centers as well. So for me, I would be going to, visit Jackson, explore Ridgeland here in central Mississippi. But there are so many people in this world who are ready and willing to help visitors, but also our locals to get out and enjoy depending on their interests and their age.
And we're talking again about the Michelin, the restaurants. Explain what that is again?
So Mississippi is a part of the inaugural Michelin Guide American South. It's the first regional edition from some southern states, and we had 10 Mississippi restaurants and chefs who were included in that. It was announced in the fall of last year. And so this is just something that, again, helps put us on a national and international stage for foodies who are looking to incorporate those types of places in their travel. And so we've got several places, mainly on the coast, in the Jackson Metro, and then in Oxford, Mississippi. So foodies should definitely look at those three destinations for their bucket list, their culinary bucket list.
All right, so give me an example of some of the great food that you can find on that list.
Okay, so I mentioned earlier Sacred Ground Barbecue. That's in Pocahontas, and so that's one. And then Elvies in Bellhaven is another. Those are both Bib Gourmand recognition, which means it's wonderful quality at an affordable price. And then we've got some recommended restaurants, including White Pillars on the coast, Vestige in Ocean Springs. We've got, oh gosh, let me think, in Oxford, Snack Bar, who a lot of people know. There's actually several, and so they're all at a great range. Taylor Grocery is there in Oxford, and so it's basically saying, this is people who do this type of food and do it well, the best of their league, and we're so glad to be recognized in Mississippi.
We like our food. That's for sure. Good
That's what gets, if we can just get them here, then that's what gets them coming back.
You come to Mississippi, we're going to put at least 5 to 10 pounds on you right before you leave, right? That's
That's right. That's right. Just expect it.
and so as we get closer to spring break, the advice for people to go to the website to look for this information, and what else should they know about if they want to prepare for this spring break coming up.
Absolutely. Visit your local visitor centers and welcome centers. Go to visitmississippi.org and all those websites. And then, check the weather, be prepared. I would always have like a plan A and a plan B, but there's so many great attractions, especially down on the coast for indoor attractions if it does get a little cool snap or start to rain, especially for families. And so don't let that deter you. Just get out and explore our great state.
What about a budget? What kind of budget should people have if they want to do some stuff here in Mississippi to be prepared for spring break?
You can really accommodate all budgets. I mentioned earlier lots of free museums that you could drive in just for the day and spend, hardly anything. Maybe pack a lunch and go to La Flores Bluff in Jackson and eat outside and spend hardly anything except the gas money to get there. Or you can, maybe those Michelin kind of foodies who are home for college and college spring break and want to do something a little different can go have a wonderful night at Hotel Oliver in Oxford and got a great dinner reservation at Snack Bar and maybe spend, a few $100s. So we can accommodate pretty much a big range and, for anyone who's interested.
Do you anticipate a lot of people moving around about the state come spring break?
Yes, so like we mentioned earlier, we have seen those visitor numbers rise throughout the years, and so we hope and expect that there will be, a few more people on the roads out enjoying, especially if the weather's nice. So keep that in mind as plan for how far you're going to go and just being safe out on the roads and all that.
With these schools now having these modified school years and extra week added to the spring break, how will that impact things?
And we hope it'll just kind of double all the great, revenue and enjoyment that we see out of spring break and, get people to stay longer and enjoy more of our beautiful state.
Uh, Outside of spring break, when's our best busiest time? I guess we should say for travel here in Mississippi. Is it the summertime? Is it the fall? When are most people usually coming through Mississippi?
So live spring and fall, we have some wonderful events throughout the state of music festivals and kind of things like Cruising the Coast, big festivals that draw people in. And so we see a lot of fall and springtime visitation, of course, summertime when people are out of school for longer. But, something about Mississippi is we're a great year-round destination. We've got some direct flights from places like Minneapolis. And so maybe a golfer wants to come and be a snowbird and come down here, and in the winter. We've seen that right now. So our busiest are fall and spring, but we see it spread out a lot throughout the year.
Anything new coming in 2026 that people should be aware about that's coming, later this year?
Gosh, we have, I'm sure, some good new events coming down the road and attractions and things like that. But, another issue of the Michelin Guide is going to be announced later this year, and so we hope that will even expand. And we're celebrating some great anniversaries, like the 100th anniversary of Highway 61. The Blues Highway is happening this year, and so hopefully there will be some fun events to go along with that. And the Chickasaw Heritage Center is a great new attraction that's coming to Tupelo, which is the headquarters of the Natchez Trace Parkway. So the list goes on and on.
A lot going on. All right, Katie, we appreciate you and all that you're giving. And for people who need more information, go to the website. They can affordable spring break vacation they can find right here at home in Mississippi, all across the state, or right here in the Metro Jackson area if they just want to stay close to home, right?
Right. Absolutely. Visit Mississippi.org.
Appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And you can catch another edition of In the Know every Tuesdays and Thursday right here on WJTV Plus. We thank you for joining us. Until next time, make it a good night, everyone.